Orangeburg, South Carolina, has agreed to pay $650,000 to Clarence Gailyard, a black man who was subjected to police brutality by a white officer. The incident occurred when Gailyard, who had rods and pins in his leg, was unable to quickly lie flat on his stomach as ordered by the police officer. The city has issued an apology to Gailyard and is currently reviewing its use of force policies within the police department. The payment will be covered by the city's insurance. The incident took place on July 26, 2021, when someone mistook the stick wrapped in shiny tape that Gailyard was carrying for a gun and called 911. Officer David Lance Dukes approached Gailyard and commanded him to get on the ground. However, due to his physical limitations, Gailyard couldn't comply immediately, which led the officer to stomp on his head and neck, causing him to hit his forehead on the concrete. Gailyard explained that he moves slowly and frequently uses a cane as a result of injuries sustained while riding his bicycle and being hit by a vehicle. He carried the stick for protection against potential dog attacks. Following the incident, the city acknowledged that most officers performed their challenging duties well. However, they emphasized the need for swift and fair action when officers act inappropriately. Dukes was promptly fired after the incident and later charged with felony first-degree assault and battery. Gailyard's lawyer, Justin Bamberg, praised the city's quick response in providing support to Gailyard and taking steps to change the police department's culture, especially in light of a 3-year increase in use of force cases where 75% of the residents are black. In response to the incident, the police chief retired, and the department's interim chief is currently reviewing the use of force rules. Additionally, the department is working on establishing a citizens group to oversee how officers treat people. Gailyard expressed his hope for positive change in the community, stating that he still bears the scar on his forehead as a reminder of the incident. He appreciated the city's efforts to take responsibility and ensure that such an incident never happens again. Although David was a cop, the next cop on our list is a chief constable who not only broke the law, but also attempted to use his position to avoid punishment. On May 12, 2019, Arkansas State Police Trooper Michael Valentine arrested the chief deputy of Newton County for DUI, while the chief deputy was on patrol. Trooper Valentine noticed the vehicle swerving erratically, with the driver's side tires crossing the yellow line multiple times before veering off the road. Concerned about a potential collision, Trooper Valentine pulled over the driver, only to discover that he was dealing with none other than the Newton County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy, Michael Kyle Dunn. It was surprising to see someone in such a high-ranking law enforcement position involved in a DUI incident, as one would expect the chief deputy to have a better understanding of the law. The trooper, named Valentine, had to do his job no matter who Dunn was. Dunn was driving after drinking alcohol, which is not allowed. Valentine noticed Dunn's bad driving, like almost hitting a sign and swerving on the road. He asked Dunn to take a sobriety test, but Dunn refused because he knew he would fail it. Dunn asked for a break, but Valentine couldn't give him one because everything was being recorded on a camera. Valentine had to treat Dunn like anyone else, even though Dunn was a police officer too. Valentine mentioned that the judge might be lenient with Dunn, but that didn't change the situation. In the end, Dunn was taken to the police station and charged with driving under the influence and refusing the breath test. He went to court and was found guilty of drunken driving. The next case is Sheriff James Lujan, who used his power to interfere in the investigation and protect the murderer. Let's take a closer look. In the trial of Rio Arriba County Sheriff James Lujan, both sides pointed fingers at who they believed were the bad apples in the case. The prosecution, led by Special Prosecutor Andrea Rowley-Reeb, accused Sheriff Lujan of harboring and aiding a fugitive, Philip Chacon, and trying to obstruct justice. They presented evidence of a phone conversation in which Lujan allegedly instructed an officer not to reveal their whereabouts. On the other hand, Lujan's defense attorney, Jason Bowles, argued that the real bad apple was former Espanola police officer Cody Lattin, who pursued Chacon during the incident. Bowles highlighted Lattin's past disciplinary actions for lying to fellow officers. Throughout the trial, inconsistencies in Lattin's statements were brought up, and the case is set to continue. Lujan faces felony charges of bribery, harboring a felon, and resisting an officer. He also has another trial scheduled for July 26 on additional charges related to refusing to turn over his cell phone to investigators. Well, that's it for today. What are your thoughts on these incidents involving law enforcement? Should those in positions of power be held accountable for their actions? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this informative, subscribe for more updates, like and share to raise awareness. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications.